सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु। तदात्मनि निरते यौपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ओम शांति शांति शांति। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओमित्येतदक्षरमुद्गीतमुपासीत ओमिति ह्युद्गायते तस्योपव्याख्यानम् पेज 264। स एषः अणिमा ऐतदात्मविदं सर्वं तत्सत्यं स आत्मा तत्त्वमसि श्वेतकेतो इति भूय एव मा भगवान् विज्ञापयत्विति तथा सौम्येति होवाच। सह यः सदाख्यः, that one which is known as Sat, existence or Brahman. Eshah Uktah, which was just talked about, in which all the beings merge after death and then emerge again. Animan, he is atom or Anubhavaha, atomness. So in fact, like conscious beings, nature is consciousness. So Anu means one who is subtle, one who is minute. So that refers to an individual. What is meant here is a minuteness, subtleness, Anubhavaha, the very subtle essence. This one is that into which everybody merges, from which they again emerge. That is indeed the very subtleness or the subtle essence of everything. Jagataha moolam, it's a moolam, the root, the very cause of Jagat, of the universe, of the creation. Aitadatmavidam sarvam, aitadatmyam, etat sat atma, yasya sarvasya, tat etadatma. So aitadatmyam refers to Jagat, understand. Aitadatmyam is the adjective visheshana of Jagat. Jagat is aitadatmyam. Etad atma yasya tat etadatma. This Jagat is that which has etat, this, that, sat, or existence as the very Atma, as the very self, as the very essence, as the very reality. Tasya bhavaha aitadatmyam. Again, the state of that is called the state of being Sat as its very self. Etena sadakhyena atmana atmat sarvamidam jagat. The idea is that the Jagat has its being in Sat, in existence, because of which it exists, because of which Jagat shines, because of which the Jagat is dear. So, because of which Jagat is what it is. Yan maya vashavarti vishwamakhilam brahmadi deva suraha yat sattvad amrushaiva bhati sakalam rajjau yatha her brahma. Yat sattvad. So, because of which Rama, because of which Brahman, the universe appears real. So to us, the universe appears real because of what? Because what is real, that is Rama or Brahman, is the very self, very essence of the universe. So that way Jagat also is real. As Sat, Jagat is real. As Nama Rupa, Jagat is Mithya. As Sat, Jagat also is real. Yat Sattvad Anushayo Bhati Sakalam Rajjo Yatha. So Rajju, that serpent. Here a serpent also appears to be real to the one who perceives, because its root or adhishthanam is Rajju, which is real. Etena sadakhyena atmana atmat sarvamidam jagat. The entire Jagat, the creation, is possessed of a self because of its Sat. Nanyosti anyasya nanyosti asya atma samsari. Don't think that the Atma of the Jagat is a samsari. Jagat is all changing. Jagat is name and form. It has its beginning. It also will have its end. It is limited in time. It is limited in space. It is limited also in object. So Jagat of the universe is limited in every way. Therefore, one would think that the self of the Jagat also would be limited. No? Of this limited Jagat of the universe, the self is asamsari, or the one that transcends it is limitless. That's the most amazing thing. Normally, the golden ornaments of gold is the Atma. So, the Atma of the cause, like gold is the material cause, ornaments are the effects. So, the quality of the material cause always flow into the effect. Therefore, from the effect, we can infer the nature of the material cause. That's how the Sankhya say that the material cause of the universe is Pradhanam or Prakriti, which consists of the three gunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, because we find the universe displaying Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. So you arrive at the material cause from the effect, but that's not the case here. The effect that Jagat is in every way limited. Don't think that its Atma or the cause is limited. So the limitless is the cause of the limited Jagat. Something which is not logical. So Vedantin says that Brahman is not just the regular Parinami Upadana Karanam, it is the Vivarta Upadana Karanam. Meaning that Brahman is not really the cause in the primary sense. The Jagat, the effect is superimposed upon Brahman. So just as the rope is the Atma of the snake, similarly Sat or existence is the Atma, the Adhishthanam, the substratum of this universe. Nanyatah asti drashtu, nanyatah asti shrotru ityadi shrutyantarat. That's what Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says. Other than Sat, other than conscious, other than Akshara, other than the immutable, other than existence, other than Brahman, there is no Drashta other than that, no Shrota other than that, no Jiva other than that. That Brahman alone is playing the role of all these Jivas, has put on all the costumes and appears or manifests as all these living beings. So when we say that Brahman is the Atma of the Jagat, it also means Brahman is the Atma of the individual or the Jiva. Yena cha Atmana Atmat Sarvidam Jagat Tadeva Sadakhyam Karanam Satyam Paramata Sat. Tat Satyam, that is Satyam, that is real. What is that? That meaning Sat. Yena cha Atmana Atmavat Sarvidam Jagat. So that because of which the Jagat is possessed of a self, which is the self of the Jagat, is in fact that Sat is Satyam. So call it self, call it the material cause, understand. The material cause can be called the self of the effect. Like the clay is the material cause of the part. So clay can be said to be the Atma of the part. Similarly, the Upanishad presents Sat as the material cause of the universe. So Sat is the Atma of the universe. Now, normal material cause also has its own cause. Even though clay is the material cause of the part, clay has its own cause. So no material cause that you know is the ultimate material cause. What's the ultimate material cause? Which is a cause but not an effect. Normally, cause such as clay is cause from the standpoint of the part, but in effect from the standpoint of earth. So if the cause is a standpoint, so every cause also is an effect from another standpoint. So this succession should lead us to a cause which is a cause but not an effect. Otherwise this will go on with infinite regression. So that is Sat, which is a cause but not the effect. Therefore, it is not created, it is not produced, it is not limited, it is limitless. Paramartha Sat, Paramartha Satyam. So Sat, the primordial cause of the universe, existence, is absolute reality, non-negatable reality. It is no creation, it is not created, it ever is, which means that it is not limited in time. And so it is not limited in place, not limited in anything. It is the absolute reality. Atah, therefore, Seva Atma Jagatah Pratyak Swarupam. Therefore that Sat or Satyam or absolute reality indeed is the Atma, the self of the universe. What is self? Pratyak Swarupam, the innermost essence. Satatvam, its quintessence, pure essence. Yathatmyam, it is its very reality. So how do you arrive at this understanding from the word Atma? So Bhashyakara says the very word Atma, Sa Atma, leads us to this understanding. Because Atma Padasya Nirupa Padasya Pratyagatmani Gavadi Shabdavat Nirudhatvat. Just as the word go or the cow is well known as meaning the object cow. So, just as cow, the word go is well known as cow. So also the word Atma is well known as a self, as the innermost self, innermost essence. Atah tat sat tvamasi iti he Shvetaketu iti. Therefore, he Shvetaketu, you are that sat. You are existence. You are limitless. You are Brahman. You are not a helpless, hapless creature that you take yourself to be. You are not a limited, inadequate being that you think you are. Shvetaketu, you are suffering from sorrow. The suffering from sorrow is not because the body is not strong or the body has problems or the upadhi has problems. No. You are sad or unhappy because you think that you are a limited or an inadequate being. It is identification with the body that creates in you the idea of inadequacy. So that is the fundamental human problem, the cause of all the grief. Ma shuchaha says, hey, don't grieve. Ashochan, anushocha, you are grieving about yourself. Yourself does not deserve to be grieved for. You are grieving or sorry for your own self, understand? Whenever we are sorry or sad, it is not for somebody else, it is for our own self. So somebody is suffering, you feel sad, sometimes you feel helpless, you want to help that person, you want to do something about it. Swami, please pray for me, please do something. You can't do anything. The helplessness creates also a sense of misery. So somehow, whatever happens out there creates in me or brings back in me this notion that I am inadequate. I am not what I should be. That's how I judge myself as someone who is not acceptable to me. I am not satisfied with myself. I cannot live up to my own expectation of myself. So this is only reason for the human sadness, no other reason. Nothing that happens out there or in here has to make me sad. Pain is one thing. That pain, yes, it is an unpleasant reality of life, and whatever the reason for that is, karma or whatever it is. The pain is an unpleasant reality of life. But sorrow is not a reality of life. Sorrow is something that is created by us. Sorrow is a reaction that we show towards an event, there or here. Therefore, endeavor the Shvetaketu. Stabdha anuchanamani stabdosi. Shvetaketu was very proud of his learning, of his scholarship, of his ability to deliver lectures. He was very stiff, unbending, immodest. All of these are signs of sorrow, understand. We think that he's a great man, look at him, but all of that stuff shows what? That you have to show yourself as somebody. That you must throw your weight around, you must control everybody, you must prove that I am the one, I rule everything. All of this shows lots of problems. I don't rule also is a problem. I'm helpless, I don't rule anything, that is also a problem. And I rule everything is also a problem. Both are manifestations of ego, which is an insignificantly limited creature. So all that we display is nothing but the manifestation of inner sorrow. If I was happy with myself, there is no need for me to seek recognition from others that I am something. But I constantly seek recognition. I am something. Recognize me, look at me, appreciate me, praise me. Because I cannot praise myself, I cannot appreciate myself. So this is a basic human problem, is solved just by one sentence, Tattvamasi Shvetaketu. He Shvetaketu, that thou art. You are limitless, you are adequate. You are not what you take yourself to be. As Lord Krishna said to Arjuna, you are not what you take yourself to be. You do not deserve to be grieved for. You're grieving for yourself. You don't deserve to be grieved for. You are, you know what you are? It's like a multi-millionaire actor thinking that I'm a beggar and suffers from all the deprivations of a beggar. Hey, you are not what you take yourself to be. If you were a real beggar and suffering is understandable. But here you are an extremely rich person and suffering from the sense of being beggar. So that will only go by the knowledge that you are not a beggar. You are a rich person. Ata tat sat tvamasi Shvetaketu. Hey Shvetaketu, that Sat, that existence, that limitless, that consciousness is what you are. Before we proceed, look at the footnote on the page 264. Aitadatmvidam sarvamiti Esh atma yasyetat etadatma Aitadatmyam Etad Atma Yasyatat Etad Atma is neuter word. So this otherwise Atman, but if it's a neuter then it's Atma, you know. So Etad or Sat is the Atma, of which is called Etad Atma. Tasvava Etad Atmyam, that we already saw. Atra Atma ityasya Swarupam Satatvam Yathatmam Ityarthaha. As Bhaskara explained, the word Atma means this Swarupam, the very essential nature. Satatvam is quintessence. Yathatmam is very reality. Tena Sadeva iti uktam, so Sadeva iti uktam, Sad Brahma iti uktam bhavati. Therefore, when you say Sat, it only means Brahma. So Tat Sat is Satyam. Tat Satyam. So Tat Sat eva iti uktam, when it is said Tat Brahma iti uktam bhavati, that Sat is nothing but Brahman. Tat Satyam. Sat is Satyam. Purvam evam sa adesha bhavati iti uktva. Sadeva iti uktah Satpadartha atra Satyam iti uchyate. Purvam evam sa adesho bhavati yatha swamya ekena mrutpindena sarvam mrunmam vijnatam sad, etc. Mrityaka ityeva Satyam, it is said, with reference to the part which is a modification. Mrityaka, the clay, which is the material cause, is Satyam. So what is that material cause? Sadeva iti Sadeva Somya iti Ukta Sat Padartha. So thing is, what is that material cause? Sadeva Somya, this universe was Sat alone. So Sat Padartha, the meaning of the word Sat is Satyam iti. That Sat is said to be Satyam. Apicha एवमिति अनेन मृत्तिका इत्येव सत्यमिति दृष्टान्तोपादनात् दाष्टान्तिकेभिः सतः सत्यत्वम् उक्तं भवति. See, when the teacher gave the illustration of a pot and clay, Vacharambhanam vikaro namadhayam mrittika ityeva satyam. The word called vikara, a modification such as a pot. Vacharambhanam, that is its source only in the vak or in the speech. Namadhayam, that pot is only in name, namesake. It has no reality other than clay. What's the reality? Mrittika ityeva satyam. Clay alone is the reality. Means mrittika iti. By iti, the Upanishad says that whatever is in place of mrittika, meaning the material cause, so with reference to effect, the material cause is satyam. And then when the Upanishad says, Sadeva Somya idam agrasit, Hey Somya, this universe was Sat before its creation, meaning Sat is the material cause. Like these parts were clay before their creation, so clay is the material cause. Similarly, this universe of names and forms was Sat before its creation. Therefore, Sat is in effect declared as the material cause. And then earlier it was said, Mrittika ityeva satyam, whatever is the material cause is satyam. So Sat is satyam, is already said in a way. So Dashtantikevi Satah Satyatvam Uktam Bhavati. Even Drishtanta of the pot and the clay, being the material cause is satyam. Then in Dashtanta of Jagat and Sat, Sat being the material cause is satyam, is essentially said. Tacha Jagat Karanam Brahma Ityartha, and that material cause is Jagat Karanam, the very cause of creation, which the Upanishad declared as Brahma. Yato va imani bhutani jayante yena jatani jivanti yat prayanti abhisamvishanti. And so that is Brahma, Tad Brahma. Then Sa Atma. So this mantra is being explained in the footnote. So Tat Satyam is explained. Sa Atma. Tad Atma iti vaktavye. Sa Atma. Tat Sat is Atma iti vaktavye. Sa Atma iti vidhe pradhanyat. So what is to be said, namely this Atma. Therefore, keeping Atma in mind, the pronoun Saha is used. If Sat was kept in mind, Tat would have been used. If Atma is kept in mind, Saha is used. Pullinga nirdesha Atma kasyeti anukte. Sa Atma, it's a self of what? So Upanishad Sa Atma, that Sat is Atma of what? It is anukte, that the Upanishad has not said. Therefore, Sarva Jagata heti uktam bhavati. Therefore, it Sat is the Atma of the entire creation. Jadasya sarvasya chetanasya swarupam ityartha. So whatever Jadam and Chetanam, insentient and sentient there is in the universe, Sthavara and Jangam, mobile and immobile, whatever there is of that Sat is the Atma. Swarupam, Atma means what? The essential nature, the true nature, Yathatmyam. That is its very essential reality. Tvam Shvetaketo Tadasi Satyam Brahmasi. Tvam Shvetaketo, He Shvetaketu, you are Tadasi, you are that, means what? Satyam Brahmasi. So word Sat is now translated as Satyam. And Satyam is Satyam Jnanamantam Brahma. Satyam is translated as Brahma. So thus, in keeping with what is said in other Upanishads, He Shvetaketu, that thou art, that Satyam, that absolute reality you are, that Brahma you are. Iti putraya shishyaya priyaya pituhu upadesha. It's upadesha. The teaching, the instruction to one's own putraya, one's own son. Shishyaya, who is also the disciple. And son is also priyaya, who is always dear. Tasya tavadeva chiram iti phalavachanat. Later on, in this chapter itself, it will be said, Tasya tavadeva chiram yavanna vimokshe atha sampatsye. So wise person has to wait only as long as this body is. Once, because of the exhaustion of prarabdha, the body drops off, then he becomes one with Sat. So for the wise man, for becoming one with Sat, he has to wait. How long? As long as the body is. And so ultimate result is what? Becoming one with Sat, which is moksha. In fact, that's called Videha Mukti, but then he is one with Sat even now, even when the body is. But to the onlookers, it looks like he is an individual. From his own standpoint, he is Sat or Brahma, the wise person. To the onlookers, he looks like an ordinary human being. Therefore, even for them also, because he is Satya Visandah, the wise person is Avisandhi, his mind has concentration in this knowledge, I am Satyam. Therefore, merging to Sat, he does not emerge back. Iti phalavachanat. So moksha is a phalam, the result of this knowledge. Tatpara vishatva lingat. So that is one of the linga. Upakramo vasamharo abhyaso purvata phalam. Of the 6 linga to determine tatparya, phalam is one of the linga, one of the indicatory signs to determine what is the tatparya or purport of this whole section, of this chapter. Tatparya vishayatva lingat. So that phalam is moksha, so that is the tatparya, that's where the Upanishad, that is what the Upanishad intends to convey. Yatha shrutartham jiva brahma bheda eva grahya. Therefore, and moksha can be only when this jiva discovers the fact that I am Brahma, otherwise there is no moksha. So if moksha is the outcome of this knowledge, tattvamasi, then what it means? That tat stands for Brahma, tvam stands for jiva. So jiva Brahma avedah eva grahya. So by this statement tattvamasi, what should I understand? The Upanishad teaches the jiva Brahma avedah, the identity between jiva and Brahma. This is being said keeping in mind some other people who interpret this tattvamasi in a different way. Natu jiva sharirikam lakshanaya. They say that in this body there is jivatma and there is paramatma. Dva suparna sayuja sakhaya samanam vruksham parishasvajate. In the self same tree there are 2 birds. One is jivatma, other is paramatma. Therefore, this is the body, the tree in which 2 birds are there, jivatma and paramatma. Hey, that paramatma you are. So shariri bodhakatvam. So natu jiva sharirikam lakshanaya. So by lakshana vritti, the Dvaitins interpret the word tat as jiva sharirikam. So that paramatma which is in jiva, sharir of the jiva, that's what you are. This is how they explain it. It's amazing how these Mahavakyas also, simple sentences are explained in such a complicated manner, etc. Anyway, so this is how the passage is explained here. Okay. Now continuing. Bhashyakara says, Iti evam pratyayitah putra aha. Iti evam pratyayitah. Pratyaya means cognition, knowledge. So one who was made to see like this, the Shvetaketu who was made to see that you are Tat, you are Sat, you are Brahma. So Shvetaketu who was made to see this fact that I am Brahman, Putra aha, that son said. Because son can take a little liberty with the father. Perhaps a disciple may not ask so many times. Please explain to me again and again and again, But here I guess the son has a certain amount of liberty. So putra says Bhashyakara, Bhuya eva ma bhagavan vijñāpayatu. Bhagavan, the venerable sir, the revered sir, Bhuya, again, Maam Vijñāpayatu, may your revered self please explain to me again. Bhuya. Now, what does he want to understand? So Bhashyakara explains what he wants to understand. Otherwise we cannot understand what is the basis of his question. Every time only the same statement is repeated. Bhuya evema bhagavan vijñāpayatu. May your revered sir please explain to me again. What? So Bhashyakara explains based on what the reply of the father is. The father replies his doubt in the way which leads us to understand what the question is. So in the Bhagavad Gita also, Bhashyakara discusses very often whether Arjuna is talking about the Jnana Karma Samuchaya or merely Jnanam as a means of moksha. So from the reply of the Bhagavan, we arrive at the intention of Arjuna, that he meant only Jnanam as a sadhana for moksha and not Jnana Karma Samuchaya. So here also, from the reply of the father, Bhashyakara arrives at what is in the mind of Shvetaketu. So Bhashyakara says, Bhuya prashna abhiprayam darshayati. Again the prashna is asked, what is the intention behind it? Bhashyakara explains, yad bhavadati. Yad bhavaduktam tat sandigdham mama. Yad bhavaduktam, what your revered sir has said, tat mama sandigdham, with reference to that, I have this sandeha, I have this doubt. Sandehe hetum yaha. Why do you have doubt? Okay, so says, ahani ahani sarvaha prajaha sushupte sat sampadhyante ityetata. So this is a well-known fact. Ahani ahani, every day. Sarvaha prajaha sushupte sat sampadhyante iti. So Upanishad itself said, Swam apito bhavate. Swapiti nama. When the poor person is sleeping, he is called Swapiti. Why is he called Swapiti? Swam apito bhavate. Because he attains his own self, which is Sat. So this is already said here and therefore understood that every day the living beings attain their own self or merge into Sat or existence during deep sleep. Ityetat. Okay. Sandeha. Now where is the doubt? Sandehe hetumaha. Now what's the reason for your sandeha or the doubt? Yena iti. So Bhashyakara says, yena tatsampadya na viduhu satsampanna vayam iti. Yena tatsampadya, even having attained the oneness with Sat, na viduhu, in the deep sleep state they are merged in Sat, merged in Brahman. Still they do not know, na viduhu sat sampannaha vayamiti. At that time they do not know, they do not have the consciousness that we have become one with Sat. They don't know. So tena sandigdam etadi purvena sambandha. So because of this, then I have this doubt. How come they do not know? Sandeha vyavrtitahi katham ityaha. All right. So Shvetakatu says, therefore I have this doubt that every day these beings in the deep sleep state merge into Sat and do not know that we have become one with Sat. They do not know. Therefore I have this doubt. All right, you have this doubt, so what to do now? Says Sandeha vyavrtitahi. So how to remove your doubt? You have this doubt, how to remove that doubt? Ataha, ataha, so Bhashyakara says, ataha drishtantena mam pratyayaitu ityarthaha. So your revered sir may please make me understand or remove my doubt with the help of a drishtanta, help of an illustration. May you please remove my doubt. So says in other tika, yena sat sampannaha iti na viduhu. The reason why those who have become one with Sat, they do not know that we have become one with Sat. Tena sushupte sat sampadyate ityedat sandigdham. So the problem is, do they really merge into Sat? Also that can be doubted. Even the deep sleep state, people become one with Brahman. Should they not know that we have become one with Brahman? But they don't know. So do they really become one with Brahman? So that's how the doubt is explained. Or if they become one with Brahman, how come they do not know that we have become one with Brahman? Anena swam apito bhavati yatra pruchhati uktam bhavati. Even though the father said swapiti nama swam apito bhavati, he attains his own self. That is question here. How do you say that person attains his own self? Because he does not know that I have attained myself. So that is how the other Tikakara explains the doubt. Or normally, if they become one with Sat, how come they do not know that we have become one with Sat? Putrasya prapta sandeha apohartham उत्तर ग्रंथम उत्थापयति. पुत्रस्य प्राप्त संदेह अपोहार्थम, for removing this sandeha, the doubt which the son has now got. Uttar grantham, so the purpose of the following text is to remove the doubt which the son has expressed. Iti evam. So Bhashyakara says, evam uktaha तथास्तु सौम्य इति होवाच पिता. एवमुक्तः, the father who was thus told. So hovacha, he said, tathastu soumya, hey soumya, oh good looking one, made me so. Meaning that surely I will explain to you with an illustration and remove your doubt. So that shows also the commitment of the teacher. So shows commitment of the student also. That he wants a knowledge but is free from all the doubt. So that knowledge which is mixed with doubt is not really knowledge. Because sandeha, so doubt, viparya, error, they are said to be the obstacles to knowledge. They are in fact the signs of ignorance. Doubt is the sign of ignorance. Error is the sign of ignorance. So Shvetaketu is very honest. Thank you, Father. And then he walks away. Thank you, sir. No. He is very honest. That this I have not understood. This is not clear to me. No sandeha. So there was sandeha only can be that do they really merge into Sat? Otherwise there is a question. How come they do not know, even when in the deep sleep state, when they merge in Sat, how come they do not know? That would be question. But doubt can be with reference to what is said. Then deep sleep state, the beings merge into Sat. Do they really merge into Sat? Because if they merge into Sat, but they do not know that they merge into Sat. So then I have a doubt whether do they really merge into Sat or not. So both are very sincere. The disciple as well as the teacher. Although Bhashyakara's explanation is different of the doubt. Says Bhashyakara, Yat pruchhase ahanyani sat sampadya na viduhu sat sampannasma iti tat kasmat ityatra shrunu drishtantam. See, Bhashyakara first said, Tat sandigdham mama. With reference to that, I have this doubt. Here Bhashyakara, Yat pruchhasi. So what you are asking? So first Bhashyakara is sandeha. The Tikakara says, sandeha can be whether they really merge into Sat or not. But here Bhashyakara is, Yat pruchhasi. What you are asking for? Ahani sat sampadya na viduhu sat sampannaha smaha iti. Somehow the teacher knew what was in the mind of the disciple. Without disciple expressing it, the teacher knew. Yat pruchhasi, that which you are asking me. Ahani sat sampadya. Ahani, every day sat sampadya, having merged into Sat, having attained Sat. Na viduhu, they do not know Sat sampannaha smaha iti, that we merged into Sat, they do not know. That kasmat, what's the reason why? Even though they merge into Sat during deep sleep, what reason is that they do not know that we have merged into Sat or we merged into Sat. Iti atra shrunu drishtantam. So, my dear, listen to this illustration to explain how, in spite of merging in Sat, they do not know that we have merged into Sat or we merged into Sat. So, yatha ityadi drishtantam avatarayati. This is introduction to the next mantra, which is in the form of drishtanta or illustration. So, next passage is in the form of illustration. Yatha. Or coming to Narayana Nandendra Saraswati in the page 267, ahani sat sampadya ched vartande tari kasmat sat sampanna smaha iti na viduhiti yat pruchhasi iti anvayah. Ahani sat sampadya ched vartante, if they remain being merged into Sat every day, Not once, every day this happens. Ahani, ahani. If this happened just once, then it's possible that perhaps you missed it. Can't miss it every day. Ahani, ahani. Kasmat, karanat, for what reason? Sat sampanna smahayadi na viduhu. They do not know that we were one with Sat. Iti yat pruchasi. That's what you are asking. Iti anvaya. That's how that vakya is to be. The prose order is like that. Okay, so let us read the next passage. Or Anandagiri says same thing. Pratyaham sushupte sarva praja sat sampadya sat sampannaha smaha vayamedi yanna viduhu tat agñanam. Okay. So that ignorance, that we do not know that we have merged in Sat. Kasmat karana, that ignorance. Then deep sleep state, people do not know that we have merged in Sat. What's the reason why they do not know that? That's what is meant by that. Idyan mam pruchasi, you want to know why they do not know. Sushuptado agnyane karanabhutam. So what's the reason why in Sushupti, in death, etc., in pralaya, similar states. Sushuptado agnyane karanabhutam. What's the reason why in deep sleep state, etc., they do not know that we are Brahman, we have become one with Brahman, they do not know. Karanabhutam drishtandam uchyamanam shrunutvam. So agnyane karana, the reason why they do not know, for that I am giving you the stand illustration, may you please listen. Yathasa drishtanda spashto bhavati tatha uchyate iti. How that drishtanda becomes clear, that's what is being said here. So, yatha soumya madhu madhukrutah nistishthanti nanatyayanam vrikshāṇāṃ rasān samohāram ekatāṃ rasam gamayanti te yatha tatra na vivekam labhante amuśyāham vrikṣasya rasosmi amuśyāham vrikṣasya rasosmiti एवमेव खलु सौम्य इमाः सर्वाः प्रजाः सति सम्पद्य न विदुः सति सम्पद्यामहे इति. यथा सौम्य, हे सौम्य, just as in our day-to-day life, yatha, that is the drishtanta. Madhukruta means what? The honey bees. Those which make the bees. Madhukrutaha. Madhu nistishtanti. Madhu goes with nistishtanti. Yatha madhukrutaha madhu nistishtanti. How those honey bees with a great dedication make the honey. They make the honey. How? Nanatyanam vrikṣāṇāṃ rasān samohāram ekatāṃ rasam gamayanti. How do they make the honey? Nanatyanam vrikṣāṇāṃ. The vrikṣāṇāṃ, the trees standing in different directions. Or trees of different varieties, standing in different directions or different quarters. These trees having flowers of different kind and different taste. Rasan samavaram. They collect or gather the rasa from these various trees. Ekatam rasam gamayanti. They collect them and make them one homogeneous rasa. So several rasas, means taste. So the juice of different tastes is collected by the honeybees, and how they reduce it to one rasa or one juice or one essence, namely madhu. See, this is a great thing. What the honey bees collect is the rasa and then convert it to honey. And rasa, the juice which they collect from different flowers, has different flavors and different taste also. If you taste that flower, the flower has its own taste. Now this fellow takes the juice from that and reduces to one essence, one rasa, one juice, which is madhu, which is honey. Te yatha tatra na vivekam labhante. But these different juices, the rasada juices, which have come from different trees, they all been made one homogeneous honey, and therefore na tatra vivekam labhante. The different rasas which have now been collected, which have now been transformed into one honey, those different rasas do not know. Amusyaham vrukshasya rasosmi. Hey, I am the juice from this particular tree. Amusyaham vrukshasya rasosmi. I am the juice from that particular tree. They do not know the different rasas because they lost the distinction. The idea is that before they were turned into one homogeneous rasa, each rasa of the juice was distinct from the other. But then what do the honeys do? What the honeybees do? They make a magic and they convert them into one homogeneous honey where all the distinctions are lost and they become one indistinct homogeneous honey. Therefore, this distinct rasas do not know that we come from this source or that source. So before merger they are distinct. After merger they lose that sense of distinction as to where we came from and what we are. Ityavameva khalu somya. In a manner similar to that, hey somya. Imaha sarvaha prajaha. All these beings who are all distinct, before they go to sleep, each one says, I am so and so, before going to sleep. What does the sleep do? It all reduces all these distinct people into one homogeneous essence, which is sleep, prajnana ghana. Although each one of them has different consciousness, but here prajnana ghana, one homogeneous mass of consciousness where all the different consciousnesses have lost their distinctions. Evame khalu somya imaha sarvaha praja sati sampadya. So the somya, all these prajas are being sati sampadya, attaining sat. Na viduhu, they do not know sati sampadya mahe iti, that we have merged into sat. Illustration says they do not know where we have come from. And the conclusion is, therefore they do not know that we have merged. Now what is the relationship? The illustration is how the different juices coming from different sources, when they become one homogeneous juice, then they do not know that I come from that tree and that tree, other tree. They lose that distinction. But here, therefore they do not know that we have become one with Sat. Anyway, so that's the illustration. So this is a little technical things, you know. So Vashyakara says, Yatha loke he somya madhukrutah madhukurvanti iti madhukrutah madhukaramakshikaha madhu nistishthanti. madhu nishpadayante tatparasantah. Yatha means loke, as in the day-to-day life. Hey Somya. So, the passage is Yatha Somya Madhu Madhukruta. Bhashyaka Madhukrutaha Madhu. Because the karta there is Madhukrutaha. And Madhu is karma. So Madhukrutaha. Now what is Madhukrutaha? Madhu kurvanti iti Madhukrutaha. So Bhashyakrutaha. Bhashyam kurvanti. So Madhu kurvanti. Those which make honey are called Madhukrutaha. Madhukrutaha. Madhukara makshikaha, the honey bees, which create or make honey. Madhu nistishtanti. What is nistishtanti? Nishpadayanti. They make madhu nishpadayanti. They make honey. Nishpadayanti. Tat paraha santa. Being very devoted to that, very diligently they do that. Very industrious, these fellows. They don't look around at all. Honeybees are all absorbed in themselves with the task at hand, that's all. What is the task at hand? To collect the juice from here, from there, from there. They don't see anything else. They don't think of anything else. So tat paraha santah, devoted to that. Very diligently they do this. That's all they do. So the Tika says in line 21, Nishpurvasya tishtate nishtha ityadau tatparyavachitva darshanat. So nish plus stha becomes nishtha. Nishtha means what? Abidance. Commitment, nishtha. Lokesmin vividha nishtha, twofold commitment is there, twofold abidance is there, twofold commitment is there. Nitaram sthiti, one who very well abides in that, nishtha. Ityadau, meaning in those words which have nish as the upapada or the prefix. Tatparya vachu darshanat. So we find that wherever there is the prefix nish, the final word indicates tatparya or diligence or devotion. So this word nishtishtanti, nishtha only, that's all. Nishtha at all is nishtishtanti. Therefore, because the nish is the prefix, therefore tatparya or the commitment is involved. Tatparyena tatparya purvakam nishpadanam lakshaniyam. So not only honeybees collect and make the honey, but they do it very diligently. That is what is suggested by the prefix nish. So lakshaniyam, by lakshana vritti we should understand that they do it with diligence, with devotion. Idabhipretya vyachaste. With that in mind, Bhashyakar explained, Nishpadayanti tat praha santahayati. They make honey being devoted to that process or devoted to that task. If human beings can learn from the bees and the ants and things like that, the whole world will be transformed. But that's not the case. Unfortunately, human being has free will. Those fellows, enough lessons are there in the world for us to learn as to how to be industrious, how to be devoted, how to be committed, how to be cooperative, how those little ants, how they pass on the message, how they cooperate with each other. That's the way you have to work. We don't cooperate, we are not devoted, we are not diligent, we are not committed because our freedom to be so. So because of the free will, the human being is destroyed really. Not because of abuse of free will. All the destruction that you see is abuse of free will by human being. All of this Kashmir, Kedarnath, all ultimately abuse of human free will. How Kedarnath, all this deforestation, when the forest is removed, trees are removed, there is nothing to hold land in its place. Here we see that we have this little heap of clay here, of sand. Where the grass has grown, the rain does not wash it away. Where the grass is not grown, how the rain washes it away? So rain is there, okay. There is a cloud burst. But what it does, in that we have also a contribution. Had we not removed those trees and left the thing as it is, perhaps this kind of tragedy would not have happened. And why the cloud burst again? Why these things are happening? That also abuse of human free will, global warming. So we are so committed to development because we want prosperity. Because we think that prosperity is the answer to all our problems. There are answers to many problems, we cannot deny that. Prosperity is answers to many problems, it is source of other problems, okay. But the problems India right now has, the answer is prosperity. Then the problems they will have, the answer will be Vedanta. So where the prosperity is, there are lots of problems. Like in the very civilized and very rich, wealthy Western countries, lots of problems are there. Emotional problems. Here we have all sorts of hardships. And then the scarcity creates lots of problems, When you don't have something, then you will steal, you will rob, you will do all these things. So for all these mundane problems, prosperity is the answer, no doubt. But our commitment to prosperity, comfort, artha kama, we want comfort and pleasure. So we want to build new houses, big houses. What a waste of space. One person or one couple or one small family lives in a huge palace. This room is a sitting room, this is the tea room, and this is that room, and this is for how many variety of things. The palaces, how many rooms of people do that? How many clothes do I want? Look at my wardrobe. Look at my collection of shoes. Jai Lalita. Abuse of human free will. This is called consumption. We think that by more we consume, happier we will be. And therefore, you consume, so you connect, you acquire, you aggrandize. Bada Swami is very fond of this word, aggrandizing, hoarding and consuming. That's all. No, this whole philosophy requires more and more things to consume. So we have to produce more and more. Consumption is not only physically, consumption is in space, in comfort, in luxury, all of that is consumption. So more and more houses, bigger, and the people are not happy with their huts. They want apartments, the apartment fellow wants a house wants a bigger house, that wants a palace, and so forth. So we have limited space available in this world, limited earth available. The population keeps on growing, another abuse of free will. You require more and more space, you encroach. So people, they encroach. The lakes are actually filled and you build houses there. Like in Bombay, there is this reclamation. They have reclaimed part of the sea and built big houses. In fact, there was a plan at one point, there was thought that in Bombay, you fill up, there is this Marine Drive, build some kind of bridge and fill up the whole thing and you can build so many houses. We have also a project here. It is called Kalpasar, where we want to fill up the triangle, the Gulf of Cambay goes in there, fill it up. But fortunately they don't want to build anything. They just want to make it sweet water, so that's okay. But you fill up and build houses there. So we think that we are very smart. So in Kashmir, in 100 years, the water bodies are reduced to 15 to 20%. Or lakes, the Dal lake has shrunk into 15% its original size. Big lake. There are 2-3 lakes. It's a beautiful land of lakes and rivers and canals. So nature has created, and human being also has contributed. Wise human beings have contributed into the drainage system. So some canals are built by human beings also a few hundred years ago. And so the water had its own natural drainage. You keep blocking, that canal is blocked and you build something there. This small pond is blocked, this lake is blocked, and so you build very sophisticated houses there. And in water itself you can see the picture, how many houses are built. So now there is nothing to accommodate the excess water of the river. Otherwise, used to go to the Dal lake and places like that, they were like the drainage. Where will it go? All the wetlands, where the water water will sink, all those are all changed into big housing colonies. In India, we keep building the buildings with no thought of how the water will be drained. Not in America. If you want to build one building, there will be a whole survey. It will make you to survey the whole property. And whatever land you occupy, you must create an equivalent land for the disposal of water. And don't dispose it in somebody's property. Create that sump in your own property. They don't let you build. Here, keep building. Now we have a law supposedly. What's the law? You must have the recharge wells to recharge the water into the earth. That's the law. Who cares? Some kind of they will do some digging and then that's all, just to show, and it's gone. So we Indians think that we are very smart when we violate the law. That's our smartness. As this fellow is written behind the scooter, it is my hair. Why do you worry? Whether to wear a helmet or not is my business. It is my hair, not your head. It's not your head, it is public's head. And when you fall down, you know how much cost it is? That 108 has to come, you have to take how many operations have been, it costs lakhs and lakhs of rupees. Where does it come from? When you get injured, the country has to spend lakhs of rupees. It is not free. So, no responsibility, no accountability, abuse of free will, abuse of nature, abuse of resources, keep on building industries, keep on polluting the environment around the world. And so you have all these ozone, openings, and you have the global warming, all these cloud bursts, all this rain coming in such a short time, such amount of rain is all due to that. These incidents will increase, they will not decrease. Will have more and more. So in one day 12 inches of rain and stuff like that will keep on happening because of global warming. And nobody can escape. Look at America. Floods, droughts, fires, all kind of, hurricanes. They can afford. We can't afford. So we have created and we continue to create. That's the thing. Environmentalists are the most unpopular people. They always become an obstacle. So that's why so many projects are not getting clearance because of the environmental ministry. Clear them up. So all kinds of infrastructure projects, this project, that project, where you occupy more and more of natural resources, whether it is space, whether it is water, whatever it is. Anyway, so the point is that this is all problems created by ourselves. Because when you build the buildings, where will the water go? Vishwamitri, where will it go, poor thing? Anyway, and so this is how the human beings keep on creating their own problems. Insensitivity. Most people do not know anyway. There are only a few people who think like this. Other people have no concern at all. They are called think tank. They are the thinkers. They think and then they advise. But then, who is there to listen to their advice? So you want control over oil. So Iraq attacked, Kuwait. So you attack Iraq because Iraq will take over the oil wells of Kuwait and on that you depend. So you want that oil. So you attack Iraq. Destroyed him a second time. So what happened? It was a miserable government, no doubt. But at least that fellow was a dictator who was keeping everybody under control, All these Shias, Sunnis were all under his control. Once that control is gone, you can see what has all happened now. So, hornet's nest it is called, and so you create your own problems. And now you want to attack them, so you start another war. Even if you destroy that group, there are millions of groups, there is not one. There are groups and groups and groups and groups. So they destroyed Al-Qaeda. I mean, they really damaged it very much. So these fellows came, ISIS came. Now you attack them, some other CIS will come. All waiting. And so the whole world has become it's a huge problem. Nobody has a solution really. Anyway, so human being in a very dire state really. You just don't know what will happen, who is safe and who is not safe. And here in India, who is safe? Who will come and hit you next moment? You just don't know. Our Jagdish got injured yesterday. Some car came and hit him. He was standing on the side on his scooter and he was drawing attention that car was coming. He was blowing horn and drawing his attention, but he came straight. Anyway, so we create our own problems by wrong priorities, thoughtlessness, madness. People are just mad, really. Nothing less than that, So, anyway, so that's why the ignorance and all sorts of these things, but we learning lessons from honeybees and ants. So, madhutvena says tatparaha santah. Honeybees, they make the honey with great diligence. Honeybees, ants and all the creatures. So instead of learning from them, because they don't have free will, thank God, we have free will, so it can be abused and you can abuse like, we think that we are smart, but ultimately it boomerangs upon us. Maybe this generation abuses free will, next generation has to suffer, okay? then you will abuse your ancestors. So what did you do? Today in India, so much of this SC and ST and all this, Dalit, etc., is because the ancestors did not manage themselves properly. These people are all hurt and abused, and then you have to now suffer the consequence. Now you are doing this, the next generation will suffer the consequences. Thoughtlessly, when you do something, that's what happens. But honeybees, ants, the happy people, happy with what they are doing, and devoted to what they are doing, absorbed in what they are doing, meditating upon what they are doing. But anyway, so that's how the honeys make the honey from the juices collected from different trees. Okay, we'll continue. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmedi Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.
Sept Nava Panchakosha Nava Panipadam Nachopasthapayu Chidanandarupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidanandarupa Shivoham Shivoham. Ragau name lobhamoho madho naiva me naiva matsarya bhava na dharmo na chartho na kamo na moksha chidanandarupa shivoham shivoham Chidanandarupa Shivoham Shivoham. Na punyam
मन्त्रं न मन्त्रो न तीर्थं न वेदा न यज्ञः अहं भोजनं नैव भोज्यं न भोक्ता
चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्
न मे मृत्युशङ्का न मे जातिभेदः पिता नैव मे नैव माता न जन्म न बन्धुर्न मित्रं गुरुर्नैव शिष्यः
चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्
अहं निर्विकल्पो निराकाररूपः विभुर्व्याप्य सर्वत्र सर्वेन्द्रियाणां सदा मे समत्वं न मुक्तिर्न बन्धः
चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं 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 शिवोऽहम्